Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Sunday. It is 5th of October. It's Padmanabha Masa, Ashwini Masa, Sukla Paksham, Trayodasi Tithi. There are no Vaishnava events today in the calendar. But tomorrow it is Sharad Purnami or Saradiya Purnami. So when Krishna dances with all the gopis and the moon shines with all 64 different kinds of arts. That is full moon. Throughout the year, the moon is shining fully, and that is tomorrow, that is Shardi Purnami. And the Shardi Purnami day, devotees they prepare some the sweet rice and keep it in the moonlight, and then later on offer it to the Lord, and then they will take it as a prasadam. So when Krishna is dancing with all the gopis, they prepare that one. So just giving this information as we usually discuss these pastimes. Okay, just a heads up if devotees wanted to do it tomorrow. Okay, apart from that, no events, and also from tomorrow onwards, this lamp offering to the Lord, it starts, even though Damodara will start on the 7th, but lamp offering, it starts from tomorrow. So we also sing Damodarastakam from tomorrow onwards. Okay, apart from that, no events in the calendar today, so we shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Maitreya Muni speaking to Vidura about the Virat Rupa form, and then after describing about Virat Rupa form, it is very difficult to describe who can describe the glories of Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is inconceivable to material eyes and material senses. So, but still, O Vidura, I will glorify the Lord as much as I can, as much as I have heard from the spiritual master, and as it is. By that, I will purify myself. If I do not speak those words, and then my words will not be purified. Likewise, Maitreya Muni is describing those glories of the Krishna Katha. Tatapi kirtayami anga yatamati yatashrutam kirtim harehe swamsat kurtum giram anyabhida asatim. Giram anyabhida. If I do not speak Krishna Katha, asatim, it will be false. And it will be impure. It will remain as impure. My words will not be purified. So likewise, tatapi kirtayami. That's why I glorify, O Vidura, about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yatamati, yatashrutam. And whatever I have remembered by hearing from the authoritative bona fide spiritual master, yatashrutam. Kirtim harehe swam kartum, for my purification. And it is whoever speaks, whoever hears, both will be purified. After saying that, today, further Maitreya is saying, it is speaking about the glories of the Lord. It is, one can relish those pastimes even though he is alone. And also, it is all purifying. These are literatures are compiled by the rishis and scholars, rishis and great scholars, devotees of the Lord. So by just giving the oral reception for such kind of Krishna Katha, pastimes of the Lord, one can attain the perfection of human life. Okay, that is the main purpose of human life also. Likewise, Maitreya Muni saying to Vidura, again glorifying a Krishna Katha. We are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, and it's chapter 6 and verse number 37. एकान्तलाभं वचसोऽनुपुंसं सुश्लोकमौलेर्गुणवादमाहुः श्रुतेश विद्वद्भिः उपाकृतायं कथासुधायम् उपसंप्रयोगम् एकांतलाभम वचोनुपुंसम एकांतलाभम is one which has no comparison or ekanta also given. Eka means one, anta means sometimes when he is spending time alone. That is also one more meaning comes here. Ekanta is one which has no comparison. Labham is the gain, the benefit. Ekanta labham vachasonupumsam vachasaha by discussions. Nupumsam after the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ekanta labham vachasonupumsam susloka mauler gunavada mahuhu. Shushloka maulehe is the pious activities. Sushloka is the pious, Maulehe is the activities, Maulehe. Gunavadam ahuhu. Gunavadam is glorification. Ahuhu, it is said that. Sushloka Mauler Gunavadam ahuhu. Shrutesha Vidvadbihi. Shrutesha. Shrutesha is given as the of the year. Cha also. Vidvadbihi by the learned Upakrutayam and being so edited. Upakrutayam. Shrutesha Vidvadbihi Upakrutayam Katasudayam Upasamprayogam. Katasudayam Upasamprayogam. This Katasudayam in the nectar of such transcendental message, Upasamprayogam, and serves the real purpose, being nearer to. Nearer to this is Srimad Bhagavatam and the Krishna Katha. Okay, just by discussing the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, if one gives a oral description to those topics, and one can serve the real purpose, being nearer to those scriptures, Katha Sudayam, which are nectarian, and these are compiled by the great sages, rishis. Okay, likewise, Maitreya Muni is speaking to Vidura. Ekantalabam vatsonupumsam suslokamaulet gunavadamahuhu. Sutesha vidvadbihi upakrutayam katasudayam upasamprayogam. The translation. The highest perfectional gain of humanity is to engage in discussions of the activities and glories of the pious actor. Such activities are so nicely arranged in writing by the greatly learned sages that the actual purpose of the ear is served just by being near them. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, can I request Jai Ved Mataji to read the purport, please?
Yes, Hare Krishna, thank you. The impersonalists are very much afraid of hearing the activities of the Lord because they think that the happiness derived from the transcendental situation of Brahman is the ultimate goal of life. They think that anyone's activity, even that of the personality of Godhead, is mundane. But the idea of happiness indicated in this verse is different because it relates to the activities of the Supreme Personality who has transcendental qualities. The word Gunavadam is significant because the qualities of the Lord and his activities and pastimes are the subject matter for the discussions of devotees. A rishi like Maitreya is certainly not interested in discussing anything pertaining to mundane qualities. Yet he says that the highest perfectional stage of transcendental realization is to discuss the Lord's activities. Srila Jiva Goswami therefore concludes that topics regarding the transcendental activities of the Lord are far beyond the transcendental realization of Kaivalya happiness. These transcendental activities of the Lord are so arranged in writing by the great sages that simply by hearing of those narrations one becomes perfectly self-realized, and the proper use of the ear and the tongue is also achieved. Srimad Bhagavatam is one of such great literatures, and the highest perfectional state of life is attained simply by hearing and reciting its contents. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So in this purport, Srila Prabhupada is describing impersonalists are very much afraid of hearing the activities of the Lord because they think that the happiness derived from the transcendental situation of the Brahman is the ultimate goal of life. Okay, so there sometimes we may see, so they think that everything is Brahma. I am Brahma, you are Brahma, everything is Brahma. So yes, that is right, because everyone are part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Everything is situated in the body of the Lord itself, Virata Rupa form here itself. So that one we understand it. That is the theory. So we understand on theory and also the practical as well. In order to experience the practical, we have to discuss those topics. Discuss the topics, those activities of the Lord, what He does, and glorifying the Lord. It is not that we understand about the Lord and then just keeping ourselves quiet. It's not that one. So sarva karma parityajyam. So in the Mayavadis or impersonalists, so there sarva karma parityajyam, they will stop all activities. But Krishna says that yajna dana tapaha karma natyajyam, one should not leave activities which are yajna dharma yajna mm, Yajnadana tapaha karma pavanani manishinam. It will purify those people who are already purified, great souls. It will purify them further. But just by hearing these topics of the Lord, and also yajnadana tapaha karma, they needs to continue. It happens only in the devotee's life, not who has karma, sarva karma parityajam. So who has renounced all activities. It cannot happen in those lives. So here they wanted to experience the transcendental situation of the Brahman. This is the Brahma Bhotaha Prasannatma. They think that happiness derived from transcendental situation of Brahman is the ultimate goal of. But our Acharyas describes that Brahmanando Bhavedesha Ched Parartha Gunikritaha. This Brahmananda Bhavedesha Ched Parartha Gunikritaha. If you multiply whatever the Brahmananda, that happiness derived from the transcendent situation of Brahman, if you derive, for example, it is giving 100%, then what about the devotional service? Naiti bhakti sukam bhodehe paramanu tulamapi. And it does not, that one, whatever you think is 100%, that 100%, if it comes in front of the trillion times, trillion, then it will become very insignificant, paramanu. But what about the devotional service? Bhakti Sukam Bhudehe. Ambuda is like ocean. Naiti Bhakti Sukam Bodhehe Paramanu Tulamapi. It is so beautifully described about the happiness derived in the devotional service. Again, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, Tat Sakshat Karanahlada Vishuddhabdisitasya me Sukani Goshpadayante Brahmanyapi Jagadguru. So there he mentioned that the transcendental bliss enjoyed in the pure devotional service. Vishuddhabdi sitasya me. Then what happens? That Brahmananda Sukani Goshpadayante, that happiness derived from the translutation of Brahman is like a Goshpadayante, just like a in the calf hoof print, it is very tiny, that only that much. In such a way, our acharyas and in our gurus, they describe that one. Okay, they think that anyone's activity, and not only those things, even Dhruva Maharaj, he also mentions, Ya nirutihi tanvrutam tava pad padma dhyanad bhavajana kata shravanena vasyad sa brahmani swamahmanyapi natamabhut kintu antakasi lulitat patitam vimana. It is a very beautiful shloka. Again, it describes direct perception of the happiness derived from the devotional service and impersonal. Sa brahmani swamahimanyaphi nata ma abhut kintu antaka silulitam patitam vimanat. So it is giving comparison like a patitam vimanat. The airplanes, they're going in the flying according and they're enjoying that. But on one particular time, the fuel will run out and then patitam, it will fall down. If it cannot stay in the sky for longer time. But here, this is what Dhruv Maharaj is glorifying the Lord. So, ya nirutihe tanubrutam tava pada padma dhyanat bhavadhana katha shravanena vasyat. Katha shravanena vasyat. Sa brahmani swa mahamnyapi nata ma abhut, ma abhut. It does not compare to the devotional service. So beautifully giving Srimad Bhagavatam gives so many of those reflections. Acharyas, they summarize, again they will glorify. Everyone are tasting the nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam and devotional activities. Okay, so further Prabhupada mentions, they think that anyone's activity, even that of the personality of Godhead, is they think that anyone's activity, even the personality of Godhead, is mundane. It is the conception of impersonalist. That's why they stop Sarva Karma Parityajam. They do not even hear. That is what Prabhupada mentions here. They are afraid of hearing those activities. But the idea of happiness indicated in this verse is different because it relates to the activities of the Supreme Personality, who has transcendental qualities. This is Susloka Maule Gunavadam Ahuhu. So we are describing transcendental qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this it helps the humanity. Ekantalabham vachasanu pumsam. And then for the word gunavadam is significant because the qualities of the Lord and the activity and his activities and pastimes are the subject matter for the discussions of the devotees. Why it is the discussion? Because many people think that how it would benefit me. Immediately some conversation is going on. Would it save me anyway for my economical side, for my comfort purpose, or it gives my sense pleasure? First of all, they will check all those sense gratificated things. Oh, it is not fulfilling my sense gratifications, my time, my money, or something like that. And then why do I need to take it? In such a way, the mind do not take materialistic people's mind, they do not take the Krishna Katha. But devotees understand that they are engaging in the real purpose because when we are describing, it gives the real perception of the soul and the relationship with the Lord and the position of the Lord and what is happening to our material condition. It is purifying ourselves and it is purifying from all contamination of the materialistic nature, detaching from the material world. It contains so many things. That is just one, if we are discussing one particular shloka, it contains all these topics, one analogy and one subject matter, glorification of the Lord and what it means to me and what is the action for me. So all this embedded in particular shloka. That's why shlokas are very important. When we just sometimes translate into English and when we are discussing, okay, this particular means, oh, I know this one, but we miss all the analogies and the relationships and the activities and the takeaway actions that we would miss. Okay, so here this is the Ekanta Labham Vatsolupumsam. Okay, these are the subject matter for the devotees of the Lord. And then a rishi like Maitreya is certainly not interested in discussing anything pertaining to mundane qualities. Yet he says that highest perfectional stage of transcendental realization is to discuss the Lord's activities. Because this is the Katha Sudayam Upasamprayogam. That is the perfection of human life. By hearing Katha Sudayam. Again, Kapila Bhagavan, he mentions that just in opposite to that, if one does not take to this one, Hitva, he says that, uh, what is that particular shloka? He says that, Pureshime Vidbhujaha, people who accept which is Krishna Katha, if they are hearing any of kind of movies or new anything coming which will deviate the mind from Krishna Katha, those are Pureshima Vidbhujaha. Nonam Daivena Vihita Ye Achyuta Katha Sudham Hitva Shruntam. That comes later on. So Purishmi with Bhujaha, they're just like a stool eating pigs. Like they hear two different kinds of topics of this mundane world. But here, Maitreya Muni is saying, Katha Sudayam Upasamprayogam. And because these are compiled by the great rishis and scholars, Sutesha Vidbadbihi Upakrutayam. It is not by ordinary people. Okay, so Srila Jiva Goswami therefore concludes that topics regarding transcendental activities of the Lord are beyond the transcendental realization of Kaivalya happiness. Kaivalya means just merging into the Brahman Jyoti. But in the Vaikuntha planet, Kaivalya miva Murtimat. It is a personified, there is a variegatedness. Different pastimes are happening in the Vaikuntha. That goes beyond that. So simply, if I are just entering into the kingdom of, for example, kingdom. You wanted to enter in the kingdom, but you also need to have some house. You need identification. You need to have a particular activity to carry out. So these are also required, but you cannot. That does not mean that you are eligible to enter into the palace of the king. So if you have relation with the king, then you will be going to the Buckingham Palace without any restrictions because you are relative or you have got this is Achyuta Priya Bandhavaha. You got the relationship. Or just saying this, oh, I'm also in the UK. Yes, you are also in the UK, but you do not have that relationship with the king, and different things are happening. If you are the relative of king, then what happens? You go to the palace. You also you also dine with the king along with him and participate in his day-to-day activity. So these are different. But being in somewhere always working, struggling here, if you are just become a servant of king, what else you would need? If you wanted to live in on your own in some kind of home, you have to work to maintain that house. But if you are become a servant of the king, you could stay in the palace. You do not have to pay the bills. You will enjoy as much as king enjoys. Okay, so that is just simple. It is a materialistic analogy. But in the spiritual world, it is beyond descriptions. That is beyond the Kaivalya happiness. Okay, so these transcendental activities of the Lord are so arranged in writing by great sages that simply by hearing of those narrations, one becomes perfectly self-realized, and proper use of the ear and the tongue is also achieved. So this one again, anadhopasamam sakshat bhagavato adhokshajam chekre satvat samhitam. Uh, So Vyasadeva, he was compiling this Srimad Bhagavatam just to free Anadhopasamam Sakshat, Anadha Upashamam Sakshat, free oneself from all kinds of miseries. Bhagavato Adhokshayam, Chakre Satvata Samhitayam. So he has performed for Ajanato Vidvan, Ajanato, thinking that people are people of this material world are so foolish, less their lifespan is very less and misguided. By looking at all those things, how to help these people. Likewise, later on he compiled Srimad Bhagavatam. Of course, he has done two times. In the first phase, he has compiled many Puranas and Mahabharata and Veda, and then he gave to all his disciples to spread for the sake of well-being of humanity. But he was not satisfied. That is the first phase. In the second phase, Narada Muni came and enlightened him because you did not compile glories of the Lord, and whatever you have done, it is. He mentions that it is not purified. It is a one particular word he used. Uh, it is not perfect knowledge, something like that. Not the uses. Okay, so But here, later on, again he goes into the meditation. Bhakti yoga ena manisi samyak pranihite amale apasat purusham purnam mayam chitadapashriyam. Again, second time he goes into the meditation. Then he in a devout bhakti yoga, in the bhakti yoga. First one is just he wanted to do good for the human beings. In that way, he was meditating. And second thing is in the bhakti yoga, from the second phase of his meditation in the bhakti yoga, then he could understand Supreme Personality of Godhead and Maya, and later on he compiled Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why it is Amala Puranam. Okay, so Srimad Bhagavatam is one of such great literatures, and the highest perfectional state of life is attained simply by hearing and reciting its contents. Okay, likewise, Prabhupada is glorifying Krishna Katha as well, and Jiva Goswami, our Acharyas glorifies that. Okay, and Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, he was reciting Srimad Bhagavatam to Rupa Goswami every day. Yesterday we have read this part. Okay, everyone are taking shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. So that is Ekantalagam Vachonupumsam Susloka Maulir Gunavadamahu Sudesh Vidbhadbihi Upakudayam Kata Sudayam Upasamprayogam. Kata Sudayam Upasamprayogam. Okay, that is the real purpose. Upasamprayogam. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. We shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. Okay, so today letter to Hayagriva, November 24th, 1970, Bombay. So can I request any unallocated devotee to read this letter, please? Do you have Saranya Mataji, Meena Mataji?
If Sarani Mataji want to read, it's fine. You want to?
Okay, Mataji, you can go ahead, Mataji.
All right, okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. My dear Hayagriva, please accept my blessing. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter dated 16 November 1970, and I have noted the content carefully. I have instructed the GBC member with me here in India that they should write you once a week and report on activities here. It is very encouraging to hear that Pittsburgh temple is doing so nicely and that new Vrindavan is also being developed gradually. As far as the roadside property is concerned, it is long standing for purchase, so try to purchase as soon as possible as you are hoping to get finances from spiritual sky in incense since which you are manufacturing manufacturing under Randhir expert guidance in Pittsburgh. Regarding Krishna book, volume second, 4,000 copies may be sent to the USA and 1,000 may be sent to London. The remaining 5,000 can be sent to Bombay, India. Regarding printing Bhagavad Gita, complete and un, unbridged edition, it may be printed with our ISKCON press, and 5,000 copy may be sent printed and folded to Bombay, because I noticed in your ISKCON press newsletter that Advaita has expressed his opinion that if sent by ship without folding first, it would not be possible for the book to be properly folded and printed here in India. Regarding the missing verses, I will see if it is required and will send you at a later date. Kirtananda Maharaj is feeling double separation. If he likes, he can go back to New Vrindavan. Let him feel only one separation. As far as myself, most probably I shall go back to USA by next spring. So I also am feeling separation. In your letter, you referred to Gurudasa as GBC member, but I think there is some misunderstanding because he has not yet appointed by me as GBC member because there is no vacancy. Please offer my blessing to your good wife, Sanya Shyamadasi and son Samba. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your able well wishes. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. P.S. I have also advised K. Maharaj to return to New Vrindavan. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Very nicely read. Any takeaway points, Mataji?
Mm, Yeah, Prabhuji, here is Prabhupada is mentioning to High Kriva Prabhuji is about about the GBC member. And they have to write once a week to him like about the what exactly happening, and he was very pleased that Vrindavan temple is like developing gradually, and like so Prabhupada is happy about that. And then they need to purchase some of the, I think, the property, and it's just suggesting that as well here. And then he's asking to send like some of the copies to the Krishna book to different places. And then we asking something about regarding the Bhagavad Gita, how to send there, and
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Sorry, Mataji, sorry.
Yeah, so yes, so I think they was asking that some of the like Bhagavad Gita need to be sent to India for printing, and but they said how to send, and some of the verse is missing, so he will look at about that. Yeah, that's something mentioned here. And then there was also one of the GBC member they mentioned, but he said he has not appointed him because there is no vacancy. And yes, and then giving the blessing to his wife and son. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Mataji. Any other comments, dear devotees, you wanted to add?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes, Mataji's covered everything, but just for me, this separation bit stood out because there is a mention of separation about 2-3 times here. So the double separation, I don't know what that is about. Obviously, maybe Maharaj is feeling separated from Prabhupada or from other devotees, but yeah, and even Prabhupada himself is feeling separation as well, and he wants to go back to USA, so he wants to be near his devotees, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Yes, Mataji. So I think here, Kirtan, here Prabhupada is writing from Bombay. And by this time, I think Haigriva Prabhu may be in different location. And he is missing, one is New Vrindavan and missing Srila Prabhupada Association. So that is 2 separations for him. If he goes to New Vrindavan, at least he will go only 1 separation. Okay, so that is how I understand from this particular paragraph. And Prabhupada means
Yes.
I was feeling separation. Thank you, Mataji. Any other comments? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And Prabhupada one statement mentions, get finances from the spiritual sky, incense which you are manufacturing under Randir's expert guidance in Pittsburgh. Sometimes Prabhupada mentions, all money is in the sky, spiritual sky. You can get as much as you want, but only you need to have a complete surrender to Krishna. So he will give and supply as much as you want. Number of times we have seen in the previous letters as well. So one must know how to take it. Okay, that is one reflection as well. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so that is from Prabhupada's letter, and from the announcements point of view. So today evening we don't have any Sangha events, and tomorrow onwards we continue our regular activities. Okay, from tomorrow onwards, Damodarashtakam, it starts in our Sangha early morning at 7 o'clock. So after Bhagavatam and Prabhupada's letter. But even the letters are not fully read, but middle we stop it and continue with Damodarashtakam at 7 o'clock sharply. And then any reflections we do it, and then after that we continue with further Japan. Okay, so that's all from me. And dear devotees, if you have got any updates or you wanted to share anything, kindly share. Hare Krishna. Okay, so from tomorrow, Gauringi Mataji is going to start the Kirtan, the Damodarashtakam. And Jayavad Mataji has given few tips for carrying out our nice activity nicely. Just allocation of the devotees like that. I'm just going to look into those things. One option may be just so far we have allocated, that is one set is fine. And some of the regular devotees. So first of all, devotees come to Japa, they take the high priority, and then later on all other activities, like evening activities as well. So those devotees taken second priority, and then given to third priority is going to the Sangha. Openly, we just allocate like posting a poll for each day. Anyone can come and sing the Damodarashtakam. Okay, so this is what I have been contemplating, and if devotees give any other thoughts, so kindly share. And also just contemplating on some of the. So now it is very busy period in October. Is very busy. Many devotees are just engaging in the family, friends, and festival times. So Durga Puja and many other things. So we see less strength as well. Okay, this is generally it happens every year. Okay, and dear devotees, if you wanted to share anything else, kindly share. Otherwise, we shall move to the next part. It is Ramayana.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So October is the time when we have less devotees attending. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, Mataji. In the mornings, we see less devotees for the japa. Also in the evening, also evening activities. Many have Dashera time and.
I was also thinking of more your time as well, because if there are only 2 or 3 devotees and then you are spending hours on us, I just wondered if maybe in this month you can even I don't know how you feel about it. I'm just thinking of your time. It's like there are only two of us, Meena Mataji and myself here, and you are going to spend hours on us. It doesn't feel right to me. I don't know.
It's not a devotee's Mataji, it's giving time to Krishna. That's all it is. One devotee or 100 devotees, it doesn't matter. It is the full endeavor of one's.
Okay, thank you. But if you ever feel that you have work as well and you are busy yourself, then by all means, tell us.
Sure, Mataji. Thank you. Okay, so if you're all happy, we shall move to the Ramayana. So we have been discussing Ramayana. The new part. So Rama, so in the last session, last Sunday, one side is Rama's written, that was done. And then in the chapter 6, so after some days, Rama in the Chitrakuta, so he has observed that there are sages living in the hermitages. They were not, it appears that they were not happy. And then Rama approached them and humbly asking, why you are not happy that much? And then he inquired them, and they said that there are demons here in the Dandakaranya forest. They're always disturbing us. So, and then Rama is very bit angry on those demons who are disturbing the saintly people living at the hermitages. And also these habits of the sages, they do not stay more than a year or 2 years like that at one particular place. They were also feeling if they have got attachment to that place. So it was and then after saying that information to Ramachandra, and then they have left that place. And Ramachandra also thought that it is the time to go into the Dandakaranya forest and to punish these demons. So in such a way he has made, and then they were entering into the Dandakaranya forest, Lakshmana going in the front and clearing the path, and Sita Mata in the middle, and Rama is walking behind. Okay, so that is what has happened. And then so these rishis also gave some information about the Kara and the Doshana. So they are the associates of Ravanasura. They throw flesh bones and how they are disturbing. That information also gave to Ramachandra. So now Rama tried to reassure the rishis that he is going to protect, but the rishis, they determined to leave that place. But having stayed in Chitrakuta for some years, they left. Renounced ascetics were also concerned that they may have become attached to their material situation. Okay, in such a way they left, and Rama also left. And then here, Rama also spoke to the Lakshmana and Sita, and then further they have journeying after some days, they entered Dandakaranya forest. And then, so here, this is very nice shloka, paragraph. After journeying for some days, they entered Dandakaranya forest, came upon a cluster of hermitages. There also, again, they see some of the hermitages there. Rishis there greeted them and with respect. They know the identity of Ramachandra and who is Ram and who is Lakshmana and who is Sita. And they welcomed them, and there Atri Maharshi and Anusuya Mata. So they have also met Sita Devi, and then Anusuya Devi also gave some kind of celestial garments, garlands, and ornaments along with celestial cosmetic and unguents. And also she has those things Sita Mata used, and she looks always beautiful and fresh and young as long as Rama is present. So that benediction also was given. But one thing is, Sita Mata did not stay along with Ramachandra for 11,000 years. Sita Mata, as soon as Rama got coronated as king, Sita Mata stayed hardly 2 years. Hardly 2 years. And then Sita Mata was sent to forest again. And then children were born, Lava and Kusha were born, and then coming back to hand over those children to Ramachandra. So when they're of maybe around 10, 15 years or something like that, maybe hardly under 20 years, something like that. And then Sita Mata went back to her mother, goddess at Bhudevi. And then, so hardly how many years Sita Mata has stayed with Ramachandra? It is countable. It is countable. But Ramachandra lived for 11,000 years later on and ruled without Sita Mata's. But still, Ramachandra has made Sita Mata's the golden deity, and then just as companion with. But he stayed all of life like that. But still, we worship Sita, Ram, Lakshmana, Hanuma as a deities combined together. Okay, so but here Sita Mata received those gifts from Ansuya Mata. And then she shone brilliantly exactly like the Lakshmi Devi, the eternal consort of Vishnu. Okay, so after that, meeting those Atri and Ansuya Mata, so they have further went deep into that forest. In that forest, they were seeing the cries of jackals and shrieks of vultures and birds of prey could be heard all around. Hence, here and there, they saw uprooted broken trees and the carcasses of slain beasts. Okay, so that is the forest, Dandakaranya forest. Okay, in that we have read, I think, up to this point. So we shall continue reading from here. Okay, now we are entering into the Dandakaranya forest. I request who is there to read further. Devotees, anyone? Jayaved Mataji, would you like to read?
Yes. Okay, thank you. As they broke through into a clearing, they suddenly saw a dreadful-looking Rakshasa. Powerfully built and as tall as several men, he stood entirely blocking their way. With high pointed ears, fierce teeth protruding from his cavernous mouth, and blood-red eyes staring out from an ugly, misshapen face, the demon was terrible to behold. He held a long lance on which he had speared 4 lions, 3 tigers, a couple of wolves, and about 10 spotted deer. Around his blackish and hairy body were draped tiger skins, still dripping with blood and fat. He resembled the god of death, standing with his staff of justice. When he saw Ram and others, he let out a terrific roar that could be heard for many miles. He rushed furiously toward them, and quickly seized Sita. Taking the princess a little distance away, the Rakshasa spoke to Ram and Lakshman in a voice resounding like claps of thunder. Who are you two, looking like ascetics but carrying weapons? You shame the Brahmin class with this strange behavior. Why have you brought a woman into this dense forest? Sinful as you are, you shall meet death at my hands. This lady shall become my wife. Today I shall drink your blood on the battlefield. Sita trembled in the monster's clutches like a sapling trembling in a storm. Seeing her carried away by the Rakshasa, Rama said to Lakshman, "It seems that Kaikeyi's cherished desire will today be fulfilled. This hideous demon has taken hold of my sinless wife. There is nothing more painful for me than to see the princess of Videha touched by another. This is more painful even than the death of my father or the loss of the kingdom." Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So here, Lakshmana is going in the front and just clearing the path, the bushes and thorns. And then Sita Mata in the middle, Rama is behind. And then they're guarding every moment. They're also looking in all directions if anyone is coming. But still, when they broke through into the clearing, they suddenly saw a dreadful-looking Rakshasa. It is a very big one, big person, big Rakshasa. His body is built and as tall as several men. He stood entirely blocking their way with a high pointed ears. Okay, so this is one demon, but actually, when we come to know the real identity, so he'll be helping them later on. But at the moment, he is in the demonic body. With he has got so many of demons, like he had a long lance on which he had speared 4 lions, 3 tigers, a couple of wolves, and about 10 spotted deer. This is his food, snacks, lunch, breakfast, like that. So he eat that kind of animals. And here, the body were draped with tiger skins, is still dripping with blood and fat. He resembled the god of death. It is again describing the demon. And then immediately came, and then it is not very difficult for him just to pick Sita Mata from in between Lakshmana and Rama. And then he spoke to Ramachandra. And also he is mentioning that you are just like ascetics, so you are carrying weapons. He is also speaking to them. So likewise, and he mentions, you sinful as you are, you shall meet death at my hands. This lady shall become my wife. This is demonic nature. They also speak some kind of words like that. They also use the words sinful and pious, something like that. The demons. Sometimes when we are hearing such kind of words from materialistic people who are observing materialistic activity, they also use those words. When we get surprised to see they are doing sinful thing, but which is not according to the Vedic injunctions, but they think that they are doing pious, but it is not approved by the Vedic injunctions. Okay, so now in such a way, here demon is speaking to them, and now Sita Mata is trembling, and also Rama is mentioning one of the statement here. For a man, it is very difficult. He can tolerate some of uh, his father is. See, this is more painful even than the death of my father or the loss of kingdom. When the wife is just and always following in the footsteps of the husband, and immediately if husband is not able to protect wife, he will feel so much of distress, more painful to his heart. So even uh, touched by another, just even touched by other person, he cannot tolerate. And even Rama is personally saying, there is nothing more painful for me than to see the princess of Videha touched by another person. Okay, likewise, Rama is now bit pain, feelings pain. Okay, let us see what further Rama has done. Okay, so Meena Mataji, can I request you to read next page, Mataji, please?
Rama cried tears of sorrow. As he spoke, Lakshmana became infuriated with the demon, and hissed, he hissed that he hissed like an angry cobra. Why are you, the Lord of all, being with me as your servant, grieving like an orphan? He asked, the earth will soon drink this beast blood. The anger which I wrongly directed towards Bharata will today be released upon the full demon. Watch, watch now as my arrow presses his breast, and he whirls around, falling lifeless onto the ground. The Rakshasa, still awaiting the reply to his question, again boomed out, "Who are you, and where are you going?" Rama moved close to the demon and replied, "We are two warriors of the royal order of Raghu who have come here in exile. Tell us who you are and why you roam this forest of wicked one." "So you are king from Ayodhya?" The Rakshasa replied, Now know me to be Vriddha, a Rakshasa who wanders this forest, eating the flesh of sages. You should run away the way you came. I will not kill you. I have been granted boons by Brahma and cannot be slain by any weapon. O Raghava, leave quickly and abandon this princess to me. Assuming a human form, I shall sport with her as my wife. Rama grew furious with bloodshot eyes. He spoke in a voice like in Indra's. You pathetic fool! You are certainly seeking death. You will get it today on the battlefield. I shall not leave you with your life. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, are you on mute or something?
Hare Krishna. Sorry, thank you, Mataji. I was speaking on unmute. Okay, so here Ramachandra is crying here, and later on Lakshmana, he became infuriated with the demon. Previously, Bharata, when he has come along with entourage to Chitrakuta to take Rama and Lakshmana and Sita, but Lakshmana at the time, he was a bit angry with Bharata. He thought that Bharata, because of Bharata, they are in the forest. But actually, Bharata is the faithful servant of Ramachandra. But he didn't know. So he was mentioning he wrongly directed that anger towards Bharata. But today I will release that anger upon this foul demon. And then he is consoling Ramachandra. My dear brother, look at me. So I'm just going to kill this Rakshasa. But here, Rakshasa other side, he is waiting. So he asked, Who are you? Why are you here? You look like a ascetics. And then he asked, and then still waiting for the answer from them. And then Rama also mentioning he is answering because for that question. We are two warriors of the Royal Order of Raghu dynasty. We have come here in exile. And then Rama also asked, Who are you? And why are you roaming in this forest? Oh, wicked one. And this is also addressing them, oh wicked one, in a normal voice only. Oh wicked one, can you please tell us who you are and why you roam in this forest? Okay, now the demon is answering, oh, you are kings from Ayodhya, the Rakshasa replied. Know me that Virdha. Know me to be Virdha. His name is Virdha. Actually, he is a Gandharva. He was cursed by, uh, he was cursed. So now he is in that demon body. And also he says that I am here, who wanders this forest eating the flesh of the hedges. You should run away the way you came. I will not kill you. And he's asking, so he got the Princess Sita now. Now he wanted Lakshman and Rama to leave from that place. Leave quickly and abandon this princess to me. Assuming a human form, I shall sport with her as my wife. So here the demons, they can change their form. They can change their form. Like the Putana, she also changes her form to a beautiful woman. This is the nature of the demons. But in this material world also people, even though they are demoniac, they will come in a nicely dressed and like it appears like a devotee or something like that. They disguise themselves. Okay, but here he is mentioning openly that I will assume a human form, I shall sport with her as my wife. And Rama is very furious now. He grew furious and with bloodshot eyes, he spoke in a voice like Indra. You pathetic fool, you are certainly seeking death. You will get it today on the battlefield. I shall not leave you with your life. This is it is very that anger is, it does not have any bounds. When if someone is taking the wife of a person and speaking in another way, a, a warriors like the Kshatriyas, they cannot tolerate. So Rama is speaking like that. Okay, I shall read one paragraph, these 3 paragraphs, and then we'll reflect on it and then discuss any further points. Okay, without uttering another word, Rama shot 7 golden feathered arrows at the demon. The arrows flew with the speed of Garuda and pierced right through Virada, falling upon the earth, drenched with his blood. The Rakshasa roared in pain and released Sita. With his lance upraised, he rushed at Rama and Lakshmana. The brothers immediately sent a shower of arrows at the demon. Even though pierced all over, Virada remained standing. Laughing aloud, he yawned contemptuously, and he then hurled his lance at Rama with the force of a tempest. Rama at once fired 2 arrows, which cut the lance into 3 pieces as it coursed toward him. As it fell to the ground, the shattered lance resembled a rocky mountain ledge that had been struck by Indra's thunderbolt. Rama and Lakshman took out their swords, which resembled 2 black serpents, preparing to attack. They rushed at the Rakshasa and began striking him with great force. Virada reached down and lifted both brothers, one on each arm. Placing them on his shoulders, he ran toward the woods. As Virada approached the dense forest, Sita cried out, "Alas! Where goes my lord, O best of the Rakshasas? Please take me also. How can I remain here alone?" So here, the Virada demon taking Rama and Lakshmana and he's putting on his shoulders and going further into the woods, leaving Sita aside. Okay, so this is how it is happening. The demons, we cannot predict what they wanted. When they get pain, what they do, and when they are in happy, what they do, no one can predict. See, he lifted down and Virada reached down and lifted both brothers, one on each arm, placing them on his shoulders. He ran toward the woods. And Sita Mata cannot tolerate her separation from Ramachandra. "Where goes my lord, O best of Rakshasas? Please take me also. How can I remain here alone?" That is Sita Mata's separation. Okay, so let us finish this one. I think it comes at least. Jayavad Mataji, would you like to read the next page, Mataji? Let us kill this Virada demon.
From here, hearing Sita.
Yes.
Okay. Hearing Sita's plaintive wail, Rama raised his sword high and hacked off the demon's right arm. Lakshman lopped off his left arm, and Virada fell upon the ground in a swoon. Although striking him with their swords and with kicks and punches, the brothers saw that the Rakshasas still did not die. Ram said to Lakshman, "It is clear that due to his boon, this demon cannot be killed by force. We should bury him in a pit. For this is the traditional way of disposing of the Rakshasas. Quickly dig a large pit, O tiger among men." Ram stood with his foot pressing down upon the Rakshasa's neck. Virada regained consciousness and said, "O Raghav, I am defeated by you. Your strength is not less than Indra's. I now know you to be the all-powerful Ram and your wife, the highly fortunate Sita. I am the Gandharva named Tumburu. Due to not properly serving Kuvera, the lord of wealth, I was cursed by him." The fallen Rakshasa explained how, as Tumburu, he had previously been Kuvera's servant. One day, Tumburu had been sporting with the Apsaras and had failed to properly attend upon his master. In anger, Kuvera had cursed him to enter a demon's fierce form. Tumburu had pleaded for mercy, and Kuvera had replied, "When Ram, the son of Dashratha, defeats you in battle, then you will attain your own form and return to heaven. Virata spoke with difficulty. By your grace, O Ram, I am freed from a terrible curse. I shall now go to my own abode. O Lord, 10 miles from here lives the sage Sarabhanga, who longs to see you. Go to his hermitage, for he will give you good advice. Do you want me to read any more, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Virata spoke with difficulty. By your grace, O Ram, I am freed from a terrible curse. I shall now go. Oh, sorry, I read that. Virata begged Ram to inter him in the pit so that he could die. Ram and Lakshman rolled the huge body of the Rakshasas into the hole Lakshman had dug. After covering him with earth and rocks, they comforted Sita and then continued on their way looking for Sambharg's hermitage. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So this is Virada is a Tumburu. Tumburu is a servant of Kuvera, and he was cursed by Kuvera. They're all yakshas. They live in the Alakapuri. It is nearer to the Himalaya mountain regions, which is nearer to the Kailasa mountain. So that is where this yakshas they live. It is Alakapuri. Outside of that Alakapuri, Nanda, Sunanda, those rivers flow, and all these yaksha women, they are sporting with their consent. It is described about the glories of those Kuvera and that Alakapuri and everything else. And here there are also pious women. Adipunya Janastrinam, Muhurun Madayan Manaha, Vanakunjal Samgrashta, Harichandana Vayana, Adipunya Janastrina, Muhurun Madayan Manaha. These yakshas, they are also Punya Janastrinam. So they serve their master, this Kuvera. So, and here Tumburu is one of the servants of Kuvera. And once upon a time, even when Pandavas are in the exile, at that time, Bhima, in order to bring a Saugandhika lotus flower to Draupadi, to bring more of that, Draupadi requested. She got one flower by which has come to by force of air. She has taken that one and she wanted more of those flowers to offer it to the Lord for Yudhishthira's worship to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Later, Bhima went there to fulfill the desire of Draupadi, and there he come upon this all the yakshas, and then he has killed many of them. Later on, Kuvera also come, and then he mentioned to Bhimasena, and then he did not get any angry. So he mentioned he also speaks some wisdom. That is where Kuvera's kingdom is, that Alakapuri. Later on, even Dhruv Maharaj, his brother Uttama was also killed by one of the Yaksha. And then Dhruv Maharaj went there, he killed so many Yakshas as well. Later on the instruction of his grandfather, Swayambhumanu, he stopped killing all those Yakshas. And then later on, Kuvera again came there, and again he did not get angry with Dhruv Maharaj. Okay, so that is the business of the Yakshas. So Kuvera is the devotee of Lord Shiva, and also he is inclined to all the devotees of Vishnu. So now anyway here that Tumburu, he is a servant of, so he's a Gandharva. Okay, so he is a Gandharva, and then he was cursed by the Kuvera. And also here he mentioned, Kuvera also said, when Rama, the son of Dasharath, defeats you in battle, then you will attain your own form and return to heaven. Again, so this is a fortunate thing. When there is a curse, immediately there will be a benediction as well. He come upon Ramachandra. Okay, that is one benediction for him. And later on, Virata become one of good thing is he still remembers what has been what has been the curse for himself. and how he is going to come out, and how he will be killed, and how he can again come into the beautiful Gandharva form. So now he is speaking all this information to Ramachandra. Ramachandra, and understanding that one, he just pushed him in the pit, and then putting all the soil on top of it. And then he also said that I shall now go to my own abode, O Lord. 10 miles from here lives Sharabanga, sage Sharabanga, who longs to see you. And there is a Sarbanga stage. We'll come and see that particular part. Go to his hermitage, for he will give you good advice. Okay, that is also one point here. And Virada begged Rama to enter him in the pit so that he could die. And then they have dug that pit and then they pushed him and covering him with earth and rocks. They comforted Sita and then continued on their way looking for Sharabanga's hermitage. Okay, so just one point and then okay, so here Sharabhanga is waiting for Ramchandra. He in front of Ramchandra, he just entered into the fire and then he will get a spiritual body as well. Okay, so can I request Meena Mataji to read next 3 paragraphs, please?
Yeah.
And then we stop there.
Rama searching for Sarpanga observed.
In this.
Sorry. Yeah. Rama searching for Sarpanga observed.
The first
Sorry.
paragraph.
First, okay, sorry. Yeah. In the sky, the gods has witnessed the whole scene, seeing Rama, whom they knew to be a powerful Vishnu acting like a human. They were astonished. Nothing was beyond Rama's knowledge or power, yet he accepted the feelings and actions of any ordinary man. Pondering upon the import of Rama's deeds, the gods received Thunderburu back to them. Rama searched for Sarabanga, absorbed in a mood of affection for the sage. As the brother came near the ascetic hermitage, they saw in the sky a golden chariot. It shone like the midday sun and was drawn by 1,000 greenish horses, a brilliant white canopy resembling a large cloud and decorated with magnificent garland covered the chariot. Garlands covered the chariot. Seated in the chariot was Indra, who was being fanned with white whisks by, by 2 beautiful young girls. In the sky, many other gods surrounded Indra. Rama and Lakshman saw numerous Gandharvas and Siddhas, all dressed in resplendent silk garments and gold ornaments. All these high souled beings were worshipping Indra with Vedic hymns. Upon seeing this, Upon seeing this wondrous sight, Rama said to Lakshmana, "O Lakshmana, see here Indra, one wonderful chariot full of grandeur. Those young men with broad chest and arms like iron clubs, wearing red garment and gold earring, and surrounding him in the hundreds, appears as unassemblable as tigers."
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So here they have come nearer to the Sharabhanga's hermitage there. So there Indra has come and then speaking to Sharabhanga sage. And then here describing about the chariot of Indra. And here Rama searched for Sharbanga and absorbed in the mood of affection for the sage, because here Sharbanga is waiting for Ramachandra. This is one point, and here other point, the gods, the sky gods. In the sky, the gods had witnessed the whole sense, and here Tumburu is one of those. The gods received Tumburu back to them. He is one of them. And because of the curse, he became a Rakshasa. But during the time as Rama was crying, and these gods got astonished, they know nothing was beyond Rama's knowledge or power, but yet he accepted the feelings and actions of an ordinary man. Okay, so they were also pondering upon the imports of Rama's deeds. Okay, so later on, Rama went to the sage's hermitage, and as soon as they came nearer to the hermitage, they saw the golden chariot. It is shining like a midday sun and was drawn by 1,000 greenish horses. Indra's chariot contains 1,000 horses, green, but they are in green color. Our Arjuna, whenever Arjuna, so he also went to the heaven, that same chariot came and took Arjuna there. And then Arjuna fought with so many demons in the celestial regions. Okay, so that brilliant white canopy resembling a large cloud and decorated with magnificent garlands covered the chariot. Seated in the chariot was Indra, who was being fanned with white whisks by two beautiful young girls. In the sky, many other gods surrounded Indra, and Rama and Lakshmana saw numerous Gandharvas and Siddhas, all dressed in resplendent silk garments and gold ornaments. All these high-souled beings are worshipping Indra with Vedic hymns. That is the glories of Indra and his chariot, and how he surrounded by many other great high-souled beings. Like Kubera is surrounded by Yakshas and the Gandharvas. Likewise, here Indra is also surrounded by other gods, Gandharvas and Siddhas. They're also glorifying Indra. And then Rama is also showing that scene to Lakshmana. And then seeing, mm, oh Lakshmana, see here Indra's wonderful chariot full of grandeur. Okay, so this is what is happening in front of Rama and Lakshmana's eyes, and Sita Mata is also now present there. Okay, so I think there is a beautiful pastime is going to be manifested, and Sharabanga is going to give few instructions to Rama and Lakshmana, and then in front of them he also enters into the fire, and he will get the spiritual body and go back to the spiritual world. He leaves his body in the presence of Ramachandra. Okay, but we will continue that part in the next session. But I request dear devotees, so far what you have heard and whatever you have read, so kindly ask questions or kindly share.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. May I ask a question, please?
Yes, Mataji.
So Kuvera was a king of the Yakshas.
Yes.
And Tumburu was Gandharvas. But how come he was a servant of a Yaksha? Or could they be like that at that time?
So here, Gandharvas, they sing kirtans. They glorify. So that is Apsarasas, they are the dancers. Gandharvas are the singers. So it is, for example, in this country, in the United Kingdom, if you think, here, this is naturally, it is British people. Now, people around the world, they are also coming here and living here. And in India, there are also foreigners also coming and living here. Likewise, Indra has also got Gandharvas and Siddhas there. And also here, Kuber also having Yakshasas and Gandharvas there as his servants. It's kind of a mixed, but prominently they are Yakshas.
Okay.
And this Kuvera is also mostly he's the devotee of Lord Shiva. And mostly we would see he is accompanying Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is in his assembly hall as well.
Yes, I remember the pastime of Kuvera and Dhruv Maharaj. I think chapter 10 maybe or something. I don't know which one it was.
Yes.
But yeah, it was nice pastime. And I must admit, I didn't know anything about this pastime, about Sarbhanga Muni or Tumbur. I just didn't know anything about this. Reminds me very much of Chitraketu and how he got liberated as well. Little bit similarity there. When he was fighting Indra and
Yeah.
and in here Tumburu is saying that I will be liberated once I'm killed by you or something like that.
Yes, Mataji. So here, Tumburu is not a devotee, but he's a Gandharva only. He gets Gandharva body. Where Chitraketu, he was a devotee, and then by the curse he got a demon body, and again he was liberated after killing by Indra. He went to the spiritual world because he was a devotee there.
Oh yes, yeah, that definitely is a big difference. Thank you. Yeah.
Here it is a Gandharva. Because he did not, even the Rama killed him, he got his Gandharva body. Likewise, Kuvera's children, Nalukuvar and Manigiri, they also got their Gandharva bodies. But later on, once they come to that senses, if they have engaged further, they would go to the spiritual world once their tenure in this material world is finished. But as of that time, they did not perform devotional service yet. So they got a Gandharva bodies. And whereas Chitraketu, he was the devotee of the Lord. And then he went back to the spiritual world after his death in this material world. That is the difference between devotee and also non-devotee. Devotee means absorbed in the devotional activities. So that is a devotee. Otherwise, who is not practiced devotional activities, they would still remain in this material world. So that is yet. So there one statement. भूतसर्गौ एतस्मिन् दैव what is that दैव आसुर एव च विष्णुभक्त स्मृता दैव आसुरः तद्विपर्ययः Vishnu Smrta Daiva, devotees of the Vishnu, they are the devotees. Daiva, everyone else, it doesn't matter irrespective of what whose devotee he belongs to. They're all Asuraha Tadviparyaha. Because the devotees of Vishnu and Krishna, because they engage in the devotional service, they go back to the Vaikuntha. It is certain. But other people, according to their karma, they will get either heavenly planets or like Gandharva bodies, like that. They still remain in this material world, material universe. Thank you, Mataji. Any other questions or anything else to share?
Kuvera is like son of, they are Indra's sons, isn't it? Is there?
So Kuvera is the son of Vishravana. Vishravana. He is again son of Pulaha. Pulaha is the sage. He is the son of Lord Brahma. Lord
Yes.
Brahma. And then Pulaha 7 is the Vishravana. Vishravana's son is this Kuvera. And Vishravana's son is even Ravana, Sura, Kumbhakarna, Surpanaka, Vibhishana. They're also the children of Vishravana. And he has got other wives. One wife is Idavida, and other wife is Ravanasura's mother. Is I don't what is her name? It's a different. I think she belongs to the demonic family, but by encouragement of her father, she came to Vishravana to beget a child in the evening time, in inappropriate time. At that time, he mentions, "You have approached me in inappropriate time, so you will get a children, demonic children, Ravanasura and Kumbhakarna." Likewise, he mentions it, but later on, she realized that, and then I also wanted a devotee child. Then he also gives instructions.
Which is Vibhishan.
Yes, then Vibhishana was born. So her name is Ravanasura's mother is Kaikasi.
Same thing happened with Hiranyakashipu, like was born, isn't it? Like evening and say.
Yeah, Ditimata, like similar to Ditimata begot Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. Likewise, Kaikasi begot Ravanasura first, and then later on this the Kumbhakarna. So, but here it is a Vishrava. He is Vishrava. He is the son of Pulastya, not Pulaha, Pulastya. It is mentioned Pulastya. Pulaha and Pulas, sometimes it is bit very nearer words. It's Pulastya Rishi. Okay, so but
Ravana born in Brahmana family.
yeah, he is a Brahmana. Ravana, like even Hiranyakshipu and Hiranyaksha, they are also Brahmanas. Kashyapa, Prajapati, they are also Brahmanas. But here, by the nature, they became demons. That's it is not by taking birth in the Brahmana family, we call them Brahmana. By the nature, guna karma, vibhakashaha. By quality and their activities. They're categorized either it is a demon or a divine.
But Brahmana has lots of knowledge of like Brahmanic, isn't
Yes.
it?
Yes.
Because he has learned all this Veda, everything. Because
Yes.
when he was end of the life, Ram asked Lakshmana to go and get some from him. I heard.
Yes, Mantali. So some information is there, but we don't see that one yet. I have the part which we are reading Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana. I have not seen that Rama is instruction Lakshmana to go and hear from a person like that. In this, we do not see that one. In the different scripture, in different version of Ramayana, it may be mentioned.
Yeah, because when we showing that this Ramayana series was coming on, that also they're showing.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Any other questions or sharings? Okay, so thank you so much. So that is how the Virudha got killed, and now Rama and Lakshmana came to Sharabanga Rishi's hermitage. And they also see the beautiful Indra's chariot there. So with that one, we shall conclude for today. We have killed one demon today. And then we'll see that one next Sunday. If you're all happy, then we shall conclude and continue with further japa.
It's Dasara's festival in temple today.
Very much in festival in the temple?
Yeah, Dasara festival.
Oh, Dashera festival. Okay. Very nice.
Well, we are reading Ramayana, so I just remember.
Very nice to participate in the celebrations.
Yesterday
Temple
we had our community, Kshatriya community, we have like sword ceremony. So many of the lady also Mataji and they have played with the sword.
yeah.
And so many men and women, they played with the sword. And, yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. Temple means every day there is a festival.
That was not in a temple, it was our in community.
Mataji?
And that was in our community,
Yeah.
so the temple, there is a Dasera festival today. Yeah.
Okay. When we got a good association, so we celebrate every moment happily.
And tomorrow also, because it's Sarat Purnima, I don't know, Radhanath Swami is coming, but something else mentioned that is there was a katha in the evening.
I'm not sure, Mataji.
Yeah. But there is something, but I don't know, there is a photo of Radhanath Swami, so I don't know whether he himself is doing or someone like, I don't know, but there is some program, tomorrow evening in temple.
Mataji, if you find out, will you please let me know the timings, please?
I think it's 6 o'clock, 6:30 to 8 o'clock or something like 7:30 or 8 o'clock, something like that in the evening. I can send this leaflet, on Oxford Sangha. I can put it on there.
If it won't work tomorrow.
Huh?
Okay, thank you. No, it won't work again tomorrow. It's just the timings. Yeah.
Evening, it's an evening.
Because we have other groups, so yeah. Never mind. It will be on YouTube, maybe, won't it?
Yeah. So I don't know whether Radhanath Swami is coming or is there, but there was is like in a photo in there that leaflet.
Then it must be him. Then yes.
Probably.
Okay, thank you, Mataji, for that updates.
Okay.
There is anything else, or we shall conclude? We shall conclude our session and continue further japa. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya paritanam bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Anantakoti Vaishnavindra ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna, conscious everyone.
Hare Krishna.